Welcome back to me. It's been a while now. Okay. I want to ask you people, everybody. I don't want to compare the US with any country in Africa. I don't want to compare it with South Africa. I don't want to compare it with Namibia. I don't want to compare it with Nigeria. I don't want to, no. But I have a problem. I have to make a comparison. There is a comparison that I have to make. You have seen now Donald Trump, how he was doing his speech, how he was making his speech. We Africans, we like reading. Okay, it's fine that your speech must be prepared, but you must know, you must already know what is in that paper, on that paper. What is in that speech? What is written there? You must know because it's from your heart. Now we have people who prepare your speech and then you just come and read. It's not from your heart. It's not from your heart. These presidential speeches, ministerial speeches, you just read and make promises because now somebody prepared this speech for you. It's not from your heart. It's not something that you are going to implement because it doesn't get implemented. That's the problem with our African people. So now, for our next leader in Namibia, whoever is going to take over, 21st March inauguration, whoever is going to be inaugurated, I believe, IPC. SWAPO must just go down. They must just go. They are not nowhere to be considered. Your time is over. Now the question here is, whatever party is going to take over, the question is, are you really prepared? Or everybody is just running to get the seats like all the other African countries, pushing each other, competing so much, going for even witch doctors, doing everything in your mandate, even if you have to kill your opposition, just to be in power. To do what? To do what? You want to be on that position to sit and benefit only for yourself and leave the nation, the ones who voted for you? The question, the big question here is, are you really willing and prepared? Are you prepared to bring economical freedom back in the country? We have all the mineral resources. We have them. Are the Western countries are they going to continue benefiting? Or now you are jumping in this hot seat as president with your party and do as the others have been doing? Are you going to make a difference, economical difference, like Ibrahim Traore? No fear, doing it for the people, straight for the people. Or you are just there doing, yeah, our old relationship is, we're going to continue as was. No, that is not what we want. Namibia wants a change, and a very positive change. Immediately we start with mining our mineral resources. Immediately, this must benefit the people. Immediately, that is priority number one. It must benefit the nation. There must be a very big difference compared to the past 34 years, if we count 35. We have examples. You see what our neighboring country, Botswana, has just been doing. Very peaceful transfer of power, and immediate Immediate mineral resources, diamonds, take over and make yourself the beneficiaries number one. Now in Namibia, we have the diamonds. We have uranium, we have gold. I've seen last night that South Africa is our customer in the gold. So please, next president, I'm talking to you now. Are you ready for the hot seat? Because these things are nowhere in your manifestos. It's nowhere there. It's nowhere there that our minerals are going to benefit us immediately, even before December, that we are going to see the difference. Remember, before independence, in the colonial time, Rosing uranium, Oranjemund, the diamonds, that time it was Consolidated Diamond Mines. It was still De Beers, yes. They are still the same owners. But since SWAPO took over, the benefits that used to be there before independence from these two mines disappeared. Today you have VTC that is so expensive, money-making scheme. Okay, it's fine. People are learning, they get good job, but why do you make it inaccessible for everyone? We had Rosing Foundation, from Rosing, almost they were busy spreading to many towns. Swakopmund, Windhoek, and several other towns. For free education, for free, because it is what Rosing were giving back to the people. SWAPO came and say we're doing better. Can you tell us what is better that you did now? These things no more exist. And the uranium mines now, they multiplied. And what do the people benefit? Right in Swakopmund. DRC was not supposed to be there. It is not supposed to exist at all. People are supposed to have proper houses. Not those one-door houses that you build. You allowed these things. The town councils allow these things under the SWAPO time watch. I remember very well, there is only one school that was built now, at least so far, before independence, Concordia, from Oranjemund. Now, for the 35 years that SWAPO is governing, which school was ever built by any of the uranium mines? Nothing. Crime has increased because of a lot of school dropouts, unemployment, and the government doesn't care. I mean, what is there? You say education is priority. In which way? Just to say, because you are putting your financial budget to the army, the highest, and education down. CDM and Rosing were a very good, I don't know whether I should say they were competing against each other. But what they did, they involved themselves into the school activities. And they went, especially, I'm just going to mention one, especially with the matriculants. They come to the schools, different schools all over, and say the top 5 or the top 10 graduates, we're going to sponsor them automatically. So Rosing would come in and get its top 5 or top 10. Rosing, CDM, you see, they go to different schools. And this happened during the colonial time. During the time the SWAPO say, it was the worst years of our country. That's what you say. But you've done nothing better than that. Nothing better. And you still want to be in power. To do what? To do what? 35 years. You abused. To do what? To do what? Now, let us look forward to a new president, a new party. So far, if we have seen that the IPC is leading, and then comes LPM, and then maybe any other party there, and then maybe you, SWAPO, can come in late. You are not wanted. You are not wanted anymore. We don't, people get sick hearing SWAPO. Just the name SWAPO, you feel high blood pressure. No, man, no. Okay, now let's talk the real talk with the incoming party, incoming government, incoming president. Hey, welcome. Welcome. But I have a question. Also, IPC, I have a question for you. We are worried about your sponsor because people do not just sponsor without expecting benefits. There is a catch somewhere. And I can tell now the mines are involved in those benefits. What is going to happen to the mines? How much does British want in return for your sponsorship if you win? There was a video somebody took here, and it's all over. There was a video that one guy from South Africa, he came here and he was giving people money there. You must campaign. And IPC must win so that I can do my business. We don't know we don't want these doubts. What is going to happen? We don't want these things. So we want clarity. Let's finish these court things and then we get real. You are welcome. You are welcome to take over. But on condition that Namibians comes first. Namibians comes first when it comes to benefits. More than 51% must remain in the country from the mines, starting from Namdeb. We want the previous benefits that were there. Go back to the schools, encourage the learners again and say you take the top 10 and sponsor them, fully sponsored for studies. And of course, after studying, they are coming to work for the mine. That was a definite thing, at least for 5 years. And then from there, they can choose what they want to do. But they can remain for life in the mine. Now it's no more Rosing. There's still Rosing. There is these different names there. We encourage you to do the same. Because if we talk to the mines like this, they will say your government. So we are talking to the government, incoming president. Instruct your Minister of Mines and Energy. Let this be the policy that the mines will involve themselves in the school activities again, because it was there. It was disturbed by SWAPO. Now, let's get this back on track. This is how people will be encouraged to learn more. Increase now, the other thing, we are still, now we are on education. Build schools. Build a lot of schools, right? Plan, that is number 2. That is actually my number 2. First is the mines, benefit the Namibians. Second is education. Immediately start constructing schools. Or plan, they can be constructed next year or so. Start with a plan. Not less than 10 schools in your plan. Not less than 10. The first step number 1 when you do it as education, let's build schools, not less than 10. Don't talk about the budget. We have resources, mineral resources. We're gonna cover it. It must be covered. And these education fees must go low. It must go low. It must go low. It must be for the benefit of the Namibians. Education must not be for sale in Namibia. It must not be for sale. Education belongs to the Namibians. And health, number 3. Health. Health, there's no doubt. What is there for me to mention? Again, mineral resources involve. Mineral resources involve. Right there. Leave this thing of asking funding from outside. You are asking funding from people who are taking our resources, and then they give this funding also in return of something else again. No. While we are dealing with this 1, 2, 3, don't forget about land. Land distribution. Actually, that should have been the first. But why I make it the 4th is because of the finance. You will say there's no finance. So I mentioned them in order. We start with financing mineral resources, our marine resources. They can cover all these things much more than SWAPO has impressed people that there's no money. But they are rich. They are rich, investing outside there. That village, the SWAPO Sam Nujoma village there in Nigeria, people don't know about this, but we know about it. It's there. We've seen it. I've seen it on video. I was there in Nigeria. But we don't, you see, people are benefiting themselves and people don't know. Namibia must benefit its citizens first, economically, education, health, and land distribution. Fairly, land distribution. That comes with housing. Everyone in the country is supposed to have a house. Everyone. Even the unborn ones. This pregnancy, when the ladies will say, no, there's land already allocated there. So must it be. We are so few and we're struggling with these foreigners still owning our land. This must come to an end. This must come to an, it must end 21st March. And then we start a new page. You see, SWAPO said, free, willing buyer, willing seller. Where did it end up? Where did it end up? There were farms given. They were given. SWAPO shared the farms amongst themselves. There are a lot of farms there that are belonging to the government, not distributed to anyone. Idling land. There's a lot of idling land still. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Government property. Idling farms, and people are struggling to get land. I'm not lying. And everybody knows, okay, not everybody. A few people know. So, incoming president, you are welcome. Whether it's Itula, you are welcome for you to be called the Excellency, Your Excellency. Whether it's Itula, whether it's Swart Boy, Your Excellency. This is our country. Make us proud. What do you say? Wipe away our tears, our Swapo tears. Wipe away our Swapo tears. Swapo left us in tears. We are still in tears. Disrupting the elections, knowing that now they are not wanted. So why do we have elections? So that we vote freely, make our choice, and you are not the choice. Namibia will be free, it's certain. You know, that was what you said before, more than 35 years ago. Fine. Politically, we are free. And again, politically, you arrest us. You dominate us. No. Yeah. Now you become the enemy. Why do you want to be the enemy of the people? You should be, as you labeled yourself the liberator. Thank you. And this thing that these Swapo people say, I fought for this country. We fought for this country. We went outside, we went in the bush. It's a, Swapo, you are not honest. It's fine. You fought for this country. But who are you telling? Are you telling the next person who also fought for the country that you fought for the country? Or are you talking to the Bonfries? Because that, if you say that, you are supposed to talk to the Bonfries. You cannot talk to us and tell us we fought for this country. Swapo must rule forever. No. Inside here, in this country, we fought. We were not in exile, but we fought. You fought for how many years? 28 years. 27, 28 years. And here in the country, we were fighting, but it was under pressure. It was under pressure until 1988. Ne? We must be honest here, Swapo. We must be honest with the nation. The nation, the students, the school students who you do not want to recognize are the ones who brought the immediate resolution 435 implementation for you to return peaceful talks and have independence. You do not recognize the students of 1988. If that was not the case, you could still be in the bush, still fighting for the country. But 1988, school boycotts. Remember, tell Bonfries, let me tell you now, learn something from me. Because our leaders do not want to be honest. They do not want to tell you the truth. 1988, when Swapo was still there in the bush, in Angola, fighting with South African army, including us people here in inland, they were fighting there. So when the battle became tough, they extended their bases to the schools. They set up their tents at the schools there in the north, in Vambuland. And so now they are shooting from the schools while you are in class. They're shooting kurukutu, boom. All these things were happening. So it was very disturbing. The children, the school children had to strike and say, how can the school and the army be on the same premises actively? Actively, 1988. So the school boycott started there in the north. And as we say, an injury to one is an injury to all. All the other schools joined. And it went down from the north. It came to Tsumeb. It came to Chiwarongo, Grootfontein, all these areas, Rundu, Katima. Everybody was involved. It came down. Walvis Bay, Swakopmund. It went to the west. It came to Windhoek. It went to the east. It continued. It went down south. Mariental, Keetmanshoop, all over the entire country. The entire country. School boycotts. And then the United Nations and the international world were asking, now what's going on? What's going on? We want Resolution 435 to be implemented. The United Nations Resolution 435 that says there shall be ceasefire and peaceful talks. That is exactly what happened. SWAPO don't mention this. We fought for this country, we fought. Who did not fight for this country? Here, inland. You say, we did not fight for the country. We are also veterans, but you don't recognize us. All the 1988 students, school students, all of them alive now should be veterans, in fact. They should get the benefits of veterans. I remember there was this thing that the list went out there, we must take names, even during the time of the late, the minister, Nicky Yambo. May his soul rest in peace. Because now I was told, no, the list is there with him. He still say that there are people in the rural areas, deep in the farms. Let's get those people and get them in. Now the man is late. Did he go with the papers or what happened now? Ever since, I didn't hear anything after his burial. Nothing. So please, revoke this thing, check, and recognize us. Recognize us. We enforced. 1988, we enforced. We were tear gassed. We were locked up. We went through. SWAPO thing is a joke. Now you stand in parliament and say, we fought for this country. Who are you telling there in parliament? Who are you telling? Even those opposition parties. Everybody fought for this country. Talk to the Bonfries. Bonfries, yeah, you talk to them. 1988. So, incoming president, you are welcome. You are welcome. Be it Swartboy, be it Itula. You are welcome. I have my party, and my party is not like they say your vote is your secret. My vote is not a secret. It's not a secret. Me, I'm standing on Swartboy's side. That's my party president. I'm LPM, Landless People's Movement. But I'm not speaking here on behalf of any party. I'm speaking here on behalf of myself, on behalf of the nation in its entirety, the whole country. I rest my case. Thank you.